In case you missed it, as of January 1st, 2021, non-resident Canadians can no longer buy residential property for the next 2 years. So that's the end of 2024, not till 2025. So this was brought into law back in June of 2022, and the intent, I think, by the federal government was to sort of slow some speculation of foreign buyers buying residential property, driving the values up and making it so local resident Canadians couldn't afford homes. Whatever your political opinions on that, you can let them be heard at the next federal election or reach out to your MLA. But the reality is this is enacted into law that as of January 1st, 2023, a non-resident Canadian cannot buy residential property in Canada. So for 2 years. So what exemptions are there? What situations does this apply or not apply to? So anything commercial, like even a small apartment building, a fourplex potentially, usually it's 5 suites and above, is classified as commercial. But if they can get it deemed commercial, then it's a non-residential property. Doesn't apply. So if they're buying for an investment, they can still invest in real estate in Canada, but put their money into commercial property. If you have people that maybe they're non-resident, but their spouse is a resident under the Act of Canada, or a permanent resident as well, if an individual or their spouse is a permanent resident. And there's a few other exemptions related to like student housing, things like that, if they're on a student visa in Canada. So I'll put a few links below to some articles with more details, but just be aware this is coming in as of January 1st, and that counts, I guess you'd say, on deals closing. So this law is applicable as of January 1st, that after that, they cannot buy. If they do, they're subject to fines and other penalties. And so be aware of that if you're looking at deals that are closing with any non-resident owners or buyers. We have a separate video as well talking about non-resident Canadian sellers. So I'll put a link up in the video here as well as in the comments to check that out. There's some very significant impacts by the government and some steps you need to do with their accountant if they're selling a property as a non-resident Canadian. As always, hopefully you find that helpful, and we're here for you if you've got any questions.